I almost feel like one of my only options is to attempt to lay it over, and I don't want to. Okay, I am going to attempt to take this 1984 Harley FLT for a ride around the block. I don't know how this is going to go. I got it running yesterday for the first time. Ignore this instrument cluster. It's an NOS instrument cluster that I intend to hook the speedometer up once I go through the entire bike and start actually riding it. So I'm going to rebuild the top end of the engine at least. I'm not sure on the transmission yet. I think I'm going to convert the chain drive to belt drive. We'll see. May change the swing arm to an 02 to 07 style with the eccentric axle. But all of that is to come, and I will document all of that. For now, I just want to go around the block with this thing, because this is a 40-year-old Harley Davidson that has not run until yesterday for 20 years. So yesterday was the first time in 20 years that it ran. Today will be the first time in 20 years that it actually moves more than just a few hundred feet under its own power. So let's see how this goes. So first problem, it won't start. It won't start because it won't crank. It's just clicking. I think possibly the relay is bad. So I'm gonna try. Ooh, that almost worked. All right. So I jumped the starter with the end of my trusty ratchet. Probably not the smartest thing to do. But it works, which means I will be bringing that ratchet with me on this adventure. First gear. Oh, it's got first gear. And it stalls, which means it won't start. Problems. Okay, it's running again. So let's give it a go. Definitely a good idea to bring that ratchet with me. Rear brake works. It's a good thing. So again, this hasn't moved in 20 years, so. And it doesn't want to run. Well, that's a potential problem. Oh, it's like it's out of gas. Oh, why is it out of gas? Oh, this is not good. Oh, it's not good at all. Yeah, that didn't work. So now I'm not at the house, and I think I'm out of gas. Or if I'm not out of gas, it's the fuel tank not transferring fuel from one side to the other, which is kind of annoying. All right. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely seems like it's not fueling. It's not getting any fuel, which is, I know it has fuel in the tank. I can see it, but it's on the right side, not transferring to the left side where the petcock is. Possibly a bad idea. See what I can figure out. Had it running for half a second. and then it's not. All right, it moved all of about 5 feet, which means the crossover tube is plugged. I don't know if it's the nipples or the hose itself, but something in this is plugged, not allowing this fuel to go to the other side. So 2 problems dealing with at the same time. I'm real hesitant to try this, but I almost feel like one of my only options is to attempt to lay it over, and I don't want to, because I don't know that I'll be able to pick it up. But if I lay it over, I can get some fuel onto that side. All right, this was not how I wanted this to happen, but if it had to, I guess that's what had to happen. I guess that's what had to happen. See if I got enough fuel just to get back. Then I can address the fuel lines. All right, it's running again. Let's see if I can make it back. Second gear. Back to first. Brakes are irrelevant. Red lights are irrelevant. Second gear again. And she's starting to stumble, but she'll make it back. You know what? I'll tell you what. I'll take this. This is a much shorter push than from around the block. All right, let's take a look at this stupid hose. Oh, why is this not moving? Because it's probably in gear. All right, chrome won't get you home, but it sure looks good pushing, huh? This is what I've been told. You know what? Doesn't look that fucking good pushing either. Let's take that hose off and get to the bottom of it. All right, so I did 2 things. One is I changed this hose, the crossover tube, and 2, I changed the starter relay because I was jumping the starter out with a ratchet. Starter relay's behind here. Now, whether or not that solves the issue, I don't know yet, but we're gonna go for round 2 if it starts. Fingers crossed. Almost. How you like me now, huh? Not bad. Not bad. Okay, let's go for round 2. I actually put a helmet on because I'm gonna go in the streets, and even though New York City is essentially lawless, I figure why give them a reason. And she cranked. And she started. All right, let's see how it goes. I'm gonna go to the gas station and try to put a couple of gallons in and go from there. Well, it seems to be working. Yeah, it definitely seems to be working. It would be nice if the neutral switch worked. I could feel it for the most part, but I gotta fix that. But she runs good. She's comfortable too. I tell you what, I can see it. I can see going cross country on this. Third gear didn't work. Nope. First and second worked, third gear didn't. Okay, so first and second gear work. Third does not appear to engage. I don't know why. There's first, second gear, and that's it. I got nothing. I got neutral. So there's something to investigate. This is the reason, right? This is why you get an old bike running and you actually try to ride it and try to see what's going on, because now I know the starter relay didn't work. I know that fuel balancing hose, whatever, that wasn't working. I also now know that third gear is not engaging. Now, the transmission's one of the things that I want to potentially change, but it's good to know that so I can investigate as I'm going forward. Yep, no third gear. All right, I'll stick with second and first. Geniuses. Working, so that's cool. I'm gonna have to double check. The volts don't seem to be working. So I know the whole bike's coming apart anyway, but that's something that I'll check while it's still running. Throw a gauge on there and see. But again, one more reason to get her running on 20-year-old tires, 20-plus-year-old tires. It's not like I'm going on the highway. Not like I'm going, cross country or anything. I'm going a mile to the gas station. So, I'll say what, only with 2 gears, I like the way she rides. I like the ergonomics of her. Very, very comfortable. I can see why the original owner of this bike toured all over the country, north, south, east, west. One of the things he gave me when he gave me this bike was 4 beer cans from Daytona, 2 from 1986 and 2 from 1990. And it was funny because he told me, don't drink them. I'm not a big beer fan, but I think I'm less of a fan of beer that's 34, 38 years old. All right, 2.0 3 gallons of gas. I'm not trying to fill this thing up too much. Come on. There you go. I really wish it had 3rd, 4th, and 5th gear, because she rides so nice. I mean, really, just rides nice, handles nice. It's got some power. Really wish there was a 3rd gear, but I'll take it. I'll take the fact that I was able to ride to the gas station and get gas and kick through the gears and actually ride it a couple miles. Yeah, I'll take that, considering how old the motorcycle is and how long she's been sitting. Yeah, that's step number 2. We're heading in the right direction. So it's funny because now that I got it running and riding, my next step is pretty much take the bike completely apart. And a lot of people question me on that. They're like, well, if it runs and rides, why are you taking it completely apart? Well, I want it to be 100%, and I want it to be the way I want it. I want it to be right. You know, I want to fix some of the potential issues that the first year Evo had. You know, I'm not 100% sure everything that I'm going to do, but I know she's coming apart. I know she's coming apart because neck bearings and swing arm, the swing arm axle bushing bearing kit. So if I'm taking her that far apart, I might as well scuff the frame and paint her and go over all the wiring. I know I want to do the top end of the motor just because I don't know the history of it. Haven't decided really on everything else, but that's where we're at for now. That's where we'll go. But I'll keep it running like this for a minute, play with it, fool around, figure a few other things out, and really looking forward to digging into this even more. I mean, I'm so impressed with this bike, just how it came together and how it fired and rides, and like, I'm curious why it's not getting 3rd. Like, I want to figure that out. Even if I don't use this transmission going forward, I want to know why it's not going in 3rd. You know, I want to know why the volt gauge doesn't seem to be charging. Like, is that something I need to fix? I don't know. But I want to figure those things out before I take this thing completely apart. Alright, so that's it for the first ride. Probably 2-3 miles. Give me a good idea of what's working, what's not. A little bit of an adventure, but adventures are worth it, right? Yeah. Well, like I said, when I first got it running, I was very happy with that. That was a great first step. And I think this is a phenomenal second step. we'll go from here. Thanks for watching.